Everybody, it's Katie. Alice is sleeping back there. We just got back from the grocery store and she got a balloon. That's what that is. I just wanted to do a little TTC update for the new year. So this is January 8th. It's my parents' anniversary, actually. But anyway, I realized a couple days ago that we have been trying to conceive now for 5 months. Doesn't seem possible that that much time has gone by, but it has. So, that's a little bit worrisome, I guess. It only took 2 months to conceive Alice, which I always felt was really lucky. I mean, you never know sort of really what's going on, but I always just felt like I was really shocked that it only took 2 months at that point. But I guess I was just crossing my fingers to get that lucky again, especially after the miscarriage we had at the end of October. Everybody says that your fertility is kind of boosted after a miscarriage, so I was thinking November or December, would there would be more odds in our favor. I do definitely feel like the clock ticking because of my age mostly, and just I don't know. I mean, I'm not that old. I know that there are a lot of people who are trying to conceive. There are a lot of people who have healthy kids who are a whole lot older than me, but just for myself, I do feel like I'm losing a little bit of time. So it's a little bit stressful, but what can you do, You just got to accept it. So, Mike and I did test for pregnancy in December. We did it together, which is something I always wanted to do because in the past I just tested on my own and most of the time it was negative, but of course that one time it was positive, and I just always had in my mind that I wanted us both to be there, the next time we got that news. So we were together, but of course it was negative. I was a little bit, I guess I was a little bit surprised just because it was at the very end of my cycle. I was getting a string of positive OPKs again, which happened, the only other time that's happened to me was when we were actually pregnant, when we miscarried. So, yeah, I don't know what that was about, but anyways, definitely negative test. As it turns out, I think it was actually better because I was so sick in December. I think that if I were pregnant, I would have just been really worried about, any effect on the pregnancy of being sick and, any medication that I took and that kind of stuff. So that's the silver lining there. I did take video of that whole experience, but I think I've decided that at this point I just don't want to share it. Plus I'm like all sick and I sound nasty and you guys don't want to watch that, right? So, all right, so new year, here we go. What's our plan? I've just been focusing on trying to get to my optimal health, especially being sick in December and, post miscarriage, just really trying to get back to feeling the best that I can and really feeling ready for a pregnancy and feeling like I can, have as healthy a pregnancy as possible. So, if you've been following the past couple of weeks or so, I am, since the new year, I've been following a vegan diet. This is day 8, and I feel really good already. I feel a lot better. I'll do a video about that whole thing, but that's sort of part of the plan, just for a little bit of a detox, and sort of a gentle detox, I guess, and just for my own self. I don't know, part of, just in sort of like a meditative way to think more about what I'm eating and everything. I've been back to drinking green tea, and luckily at this point I have been able to do a little bit more yoga on a regular basis, which is something I've been trying to do for a while. Sounds like such a cliche, right? Like vegan, green tea, and yoga, but whatever works. So, this is similar to what I was doing when we tried to conceive Alice. So, the green tea, personally, I just feel like it's good for me. I feel good when I drink green tea. Especially instead of coffee. I know it does have a little bit of caffeine, but caffeine has never affected Alice with nursing, and I don't know, just a little bit doesn't really seem to affect me either, so I'm fine with that. I've read that green tea reduces the amount of estrogen in your system, and I do feel like I have maybe too high estrogen because of some of the symptoms I've had. Let's see. My charts are just a total mess, which I don't know, maybe I'll get into more detail at some other point, but my temperatures are all over the place. with being sick and with getting up with Alice in the middle of the night sometimes. And like I said, I have like a short luteal phase, and I have extended periods of egg white cervical mucus. So that can be a sign of high estrogen. And I don't know. Things just don't really feel right now. So hopefully we're moving in the right direction and things will sort of become more regular. Because charting had been charting worked for me. My cycles were pretty predictable, and I felt like I could really trust it. And the second time around, it's not been reliable that way. Looking forward a little bit, I am planning to decrease breastfeeding. I have been sort of waiting for Alice to, sort of make the first move that way, and she has tapered off a bit in how much she wants to nurse, but I think that just at the point I'm at right now, I want it to be a little bit less. Not to get too much into detail there, but I'm focusing on trying to just nurse once or twice a day. So, as she allows. And of course, if she gets sick or, if she has any sort of trouble, I may change that based on her needs. But I think that will help me in, regulating my cycles a little bit more too. Let's see. Okay, so at this point, we're just like hoping for the best and, just keeping up doing what we've been doing. And I'm thinking, just as like sort of an arbitrary time frame, that if we've not had any more, if we're not pregnant by around April, maybe that's when I will look at going to the doctor. There was a gynecologist I saw right before we conceived Alice, that ran some tests, and I'd had some like irregular hormone levels and stuff, but then because we were pregnant, I never pursued it. But that is somebody that I can like sort of go back to and, just kind of check in and explain where we're at and see what kind of ideas she may have at this point. I don't want to, well, I don't know. We'll cross any of those bridges when we get to them in terms of what kind of action we might want to take. Anyway, let's see. Basically, at this point, we're just going to, we're planning some dates, which Mike and I do not take enough date nights, so this will be good for us. We're just trying to, focus on romance and keeping our spirits up and just having fun and, having a good, happy life. So, think positive, and I will let you guys know when there's any other updates along those lines. I feel like I'm missing some things that I meant to say, but let me know if you have specific questions, and I'll talk to you soon. Baby dust to everybody else, too.